Can you tell us anything whatsoever?
Come on, I know you just give us. One more station.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am the Reverend Raph, joined by my good friend Kyle, aka the Beer Buddy.
What's going on, everybody?
We are the two dudes who talk music, and we are joined, of course, today by T-Rex Autopsy. We had a great chat with them on the podcast the other day. Go and check that one out. And let me tell you, the day this fucking video goes out, is the day of Nowherefest. So if you're in the Southeast Queensland region and you want to see these guys live, get your fucking tickets right now. Like, if you're watching this video right when it's launching, stop what you're doing, go and buy your fucking tickets. We'll have a link down in the thing. Leave the video playing on a loop on YouTube so we get the watch time.
Order the Uber first and get the tickets in the car.
Yeah, and then make your way down to Amore Events in West End, because it's going to be happening. Like, at the time this video launches, the event will have started. It's like 12, 13 hours of fucking metal bands. You got plenty of time to get down there and catch it if you're watching this right when it launches. So do that. But if not, then welcome. It is time for the quick question quarter, spelled with Q's, not K's, because we don't fucking roll like that.
Nope.
And this is basically just some rapid fire questions for our guest. Now, Ross has answered some of these previously. Yes. So if it's when he was on last year, so if he's already answered this one, if it's from when he was on last year, he's not going to answer it. He's going to skip it a little bit, unless his answer's changed from last time. In which
They
case,
might have changed.
Might have changed. But we're going to be mainly focusing on Jacko and Craig here because they weren't on last time. So we're going to dive in here, gentlemen. What was the first?
Pressure's on.
What was the first instrument that you learned to play?
Guitar.
Nice.
Do you have one there, Jacko?
I have two here, actually.
Oh, give us a spell.
Is that your first one?
No. I don't even own my first one anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one I've got now currently. Just a Ibanez RG, Wizard neck, bare knuckle pickups.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very
this
very
one
nice.
up on the wall is Dave Mustaine signature.
Ooh, classy.
So yeah.
Hey, what tuning's it in?
This one's good. Standard.
Oi, I don't mind.
Standard what?
That out.
Just standard E.
No Floyd Rose, just straight through the body.
Yeah. No
Jacko,
problem.
you're gonna bring some of those guitars over for band practice one day, all right?
Oh yeah.
Watch Ross break them.
Yeah, don't sit on a chair and have it fucking fall
only my
over and
wireless.
break the
Only
fucking
my
thing.
wireless.
What about you, Craig? What was your first instrument?
Probably recorder and
No, recorder in grade 3 doesn't fucking count.
We forgot to put that in there.
We normally put a
heavy.
disclaimer
You
that
know
doesn't
what?
count.
You know what's funny is that the recorders actually, they sound beautiful when they're a good quality recorder.
Yes.
I had no
And when
idea
they're played
that
properly.
they're actually. Fuck, man. The Mandalorian theme is like a bass recorder or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
wow.
recorders are actually can be beautiful.
Oh, they're great.
But
And
yeah,
if someone had genuinely said recorder, as in like they stuck with it for years and learned how to play it properly,
And could
rather
pull
than
it out
being
right down,
forced
go.
on them in the 3rd or 4th grade and a terrible rendition
Yep.
of Three Blind Mice,
Yep.
it'd
Absolutely.
be a different story.
Absolutely.
But beyond that,
because it turned us all off it.
beyond that, what was your first actual instrument?
It was bass.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Very, very, very nice. What was the first album you guys purchased?
I think as a child, I requested at whatever birthday it was.
Yeah.
It was Savage Garden's first album.
Hey,
Yeah, very
classic.
nice. Very nice. Hey, there was
And
a lot
I've
of
got a
talent in
little
that.
anecdote for that. I still love To the Moon and Back. The production on that is phenomenal. The song's beautiful. And I've got a little anecdote with that as well. And then I'll give it to you now. So I remember jumping around in the living room, with whatever, putting the CD on the record CD player. And I would have been, I don't know how old I was. It was 1996.
Did you have a hair?
So, I was born in 86. So I was 10. And I was jumping around and I was imagining being on stage. And I was like, oh my God, I want to fucking do this. And then the other CD was The Cause, Forgiven Not Forgotten, which again, folk, rock, fusion.
Classics of a
Makes
childhood.
sense.
Man.
That's just that's the kind of stuff that will make a person interested in music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not just because I liked the pop what was popular. That's like the kind of stuff that's gonna that really can inspire.
That
So-
actually really makes a lot of sense to the way that you sort of incorporate your other instruments into the that just
Embryonic little ideas thrown in my head at a
Put it-
young age.
put a little
Yes.
puzzle into the piece there.
Yeah.
I like
And I
it.
think the next CD that I purchased with my own money that I saved up was a John Williams Star Wars compilation 4-disc thing of the original trilogy soundtrack. Because
classy.
yeah,
Very classy.
it's fucking,
I like
again,
it.
that
Very
shit's metal as
interested in
fuck.
Jack's one. He's so young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to
Have you
hear
ever bought?
you.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Have you
bought the
have you
album?
even bought a fucking
Yeah,
album?
I've bought albums. I've bought
Okay, okay.
CDs.
Backstreet Boys.
Is that just because your car didn't have Bluetooth, or
I'm just waiting for the day when we get someone
I
on who's
just
like,
thought it
I've
was
never
called a
bought a
collective.
CD.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was. Oh, I don't even remember. I think it was Ashes of the Wake from Lamb of God.
Oh, such
Yeah.
I think that was the first one. I
that's a
think that was the
chef's
first
kiss.
one. Either that or one by Metallica.
Okay.
The one's a chef's
Yeah.
kiss. I'll
That's-
take it.
That's strong. I like that. What was the first live concert you attended?
Foo Fighters.
Nice.
I
Okay.
think mine might have been like no. Anxiety Whispers. So it's not a concert. it's a
What?
gig. Does that
Fuck,
count?
Anxiety Whispers, bro.
yeah,
Jesus.
Anxiety Whispers. Tourette's played as well, and they blew my mind. Tourette's were performed, and then so did Dead Inside the Chrysalis, and Unsaid performed as well. That was awesome. It was
Do
an
you
all
remember-
ages
you ever-
PCYC.
Do you ever remember a band called like Lycanthia that used to kick around back in those days? They were a goth.
Yes.
They were a goth band with they had a female singer, and
Yes.
it was the most.
The name rings a bell. I'm sure I had a song or two from them on a compilation somewhere.
Yeah, I think I've actually got a fucking their first album, and it's just
Mm.
that's
It was
crazy.
about a week or two
Tourette's.
later that then I got taken to it was the last tour with I guess Brian Head, whatever his last name is, and
Welch.
then Dave Severa.
Mm.
Korn were playing, Static X were playing, and then Sunk Loader opened.
Yeah, I was
But
at
then
that
Fear
show.
Factory had just reformed
Yeah,
without Dino. And again, I didn't really know who Fear Factory were. And then there was people just going, "Oh my fucking god, it's Fear Factory!" And I'm like,
okay.
Yeah.
And then I heard, and then the double kicks through, and I was like, "Oh, draw on the floor." But
Hell yeah.
yeah, so-
That'll do it.
local
I like
gig,
it.
and then Korn, Static X a week and a half later.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
mad.
I think I answered it before, but it's relevant because when I
I
drop
want to know you guys.
when I drop the name, you're all gonna be like, oh, because they're coming back out again. But Slipknot with Hatebreed and
That's
David.
right.
Oh,
yeah, I took you to that.
Yeah, I was 10 years
Oh.
old and
Yeah, 'cause
Craig bought
David
me
and
tickets.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, you know what? I caught,
That was at the
I
Horde
went to-
Pavilion.
That was at the Horden Pavilion.
Oh, was that show?
Yes, so was I. I tried to go in the pit and I wasn't allowed.
Man.
Like, I tell you what, like, I caught, was it Notfest just recently? And I saw Hatebreed for the first time in about 15 years. And my God, they haven't lost a step.
Mm.
They
Yeah,
have not
sick.
lost a step. Like they fucking, and it was because it was the anniversary of like I think the Perseverance album, so they were playing all the old school
That's
shit
right.
that got me into them in the first place, and I was like, that's great. And they had, instead of the Wall of Death, they had the Ball of Death. I don't know if you saw this. It was a giant inflatable ball that they just put out over the crowd, and just like everyone's trying to make fucking
each other
throw
over.
the ball around in the thing, but it was so big that when they're like trying to push it that way, instead of the ball being pushed, it's just like pushing the underside of it, so it's spinning and going the other way, and it was just hilarious. But
I love that festival.
But-
shit.
great fucking thing, and they're just killing it. They're still doing really, really good. But yeah, what about you, Jacko? What was your? Did we talk about your one? Sorry,
You said Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters, of
Foo
course.
Fighters
Yes, sorry.
at ANZ Stadium in
Yes, sorry, you did say Foo
2018, I
Fighters,
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was at
Yep.
that
that
show.
would have been tight. Look,
Yeah, that was
Foods are
sick.
always
That-
good, man.
That wasn't the one with Rise Against, was it? That was the one with
Weezer.
Weezer. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a good
oh,
show.
to be fair, I probably would have said Weezer was the first band. I wouldn't. I love Weezer.
All right. What's an instrument you've always wanted to learn but haven't yet?
The handpan. I want to learn the hand pan, bro. That thing makes my ADHD, undiagnosed ADHD, so
Well, hey,
fucking.
it might be easier to get diagnosed now. They want to bring in stuff for GPs to be able to diagnose and
They do.
prescribe stuff. So
Yep. That's a
hopefully,
good thing.
hopefully that makes it more
answer has
accessible.
changed. Yeah, I there's that one dude, that bald dude, and he does it in nature. And like he sets his stuff up so that it cycles for like the 60 seconds. And so then I plug it in, I put it up on my computer and then I jam with it. And like it's just such a beautiful instrument. Handpan. It's just out of it.
I'm
And
gonna
then
guess.
what's that
I'm
Chinese?
gonna guess there's 15 other bald dudes that do the same thing.
Shut up. Maybe. What's that?
They go
what's
out
that
in nature, they get their
Chinese-
handpan.
What's that Chinese instrument I spoke to you about the other month? And I was looking it up on Facebook Market.
I can only
The
think of
big-
the Japanese
the
name
big
of it. There's the
thing.
koto. It's like a lap harp.
Yeah,
Oh,
is
no,
that
it's
the
like
one
the
is that the one that's
Genshin
in
or something.
is that the one that's in Kung Fu Hustler?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
I saw someone's video and they did a rendition of like it was a mastodon piece that they put onto then this classical Asian
Oh,
instrument.
I love that shit.
I think it's called I'm gonna mispronounce it. I think it's called like the Gen. I can't pronounce. No,
It
fuck it.
starts
I
with
just
a
know that
G.
the Japanese. I think it's the Genshin or something like that. But it's. Oh, I'm not. I'm mispronouncing it. I don't know. I know
Yeah,
the Japanese version is called the koto.
Yeah,
That's
I can
all I
picture
know.
what you mean in my head though. Like, yeah.
What I'm gonna
Beautiful
do,
instruments.
Craig's gonna do all the
Absolutely.
Middle East instruments, and then I'm just gonna go do all the Asian instruments. That's the plan. That's the new plan.
Nice. I
I'm
like
just gonna
it.
learn my mandolin.
Sounds like a very good plan.
Mandolin.
Fuck you, I have been.
Isn't like
What about you, Jack?
Yeah, mandolin. Yeah.
Instruments that you'd want to learn that you can't be fucked or don't have time.
The triangle.
Oh,
No.
Fucking hardest
I
instrument.
don't know. I think your Glacinta is pretty sick. I'd probably learn that.
oh, you
I'll
great.
get it in your hands.
All I can see is Will Ferrell with that cowbell on that Saturday
I was going to
Night
say
Live
we need to
skit.
get you
Yeah,
some
oh my
cowbell
God.
for your kid, or wood blocks, one of the two.
I always thought violin was cool as fuck, and cello
Yeah.
is amazing as well.
I
And then
could
there's
I could imagine you riding a real intricate string, like real string heavy part along with your guitar.
Yeah, but that's what you have,
is
that's
your
what you have
guitar
MIDI
called?
keyboards
What
for
is-
these days, mate.
What is the
Yeah.
technical name of your cool?
Jack just the Glacinta, this thing.
Okay.
It's funny you say that though, Carl, because I was watching, because Imminence are now touring Australia, or they're going to come tour Australia, and I fucking love them. And then there was this video of the dude getting the bow out and then using it on his guitar, and I really want to get like a guitar bow to play with.
Do you just need a normal bow?
Yeah, a little bow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because like he pulled it out like it was like a fucking sword, and I'm like, can you imagine that on stage? You pull that out.
It's like Legolas. You'd be like Legolas, and they shoot it across the room after you're done with it.
But watching them, like the video,
beautiful,
of
that thing.
the violinists with insane. I'm just like, man, I wish I could play violin. I tried to once. I fucking
It
sucked.
sucks, man. It's hard. It's hard.
It's a rough one.
Violin's really difficult.
Yeah.
Sounded like bad
Really
sex.
difficult.
Yeah, and I definitely know what that sounds like.
would not have a clue, mainly because I don't have sex. If you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, who would it be?
Opeth.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have our asses kicked by them. Who else? There's so many.
Gojira.
So many.
Gojira,
yep.
Mastodon, Meshuggah,
I
Carnival.
think especially now that Gojira's profile has been raised by the fact that they
Gojira.
did the Olympics, like
So
that
good.
was super fucking cool. Like I still can't get over that. And the amount of metalheads that were like, why the fuck have I not heard about Gojira? I'm like, because you haven't been
Absolutely.
fucking paying attention.
Yeah, it's because you haven't stepped out of your wheelhouse.
Because you
for
haven't
the last
gone
30
outside
fucking
anything that
years.
you've listened to for the last 40 fucking years. And now you're like, all of a sudden, who's this new fucking band that's been around for 20 years that I've never fucking listened to?
Correct.
Like,
Yep.
this is what we mean when we say pull your head out of your ass and listen to some new shit every once in a while.
Exactly.
I still
Show us your arm.
I still wanted. I want to open for
yeah.
fucking Britney Spears and shit. I want to. That's right. You want to
Oh,
open
shit,
those
yeah.
tattoos.
I've got every fucking album tattooed across my fucking arm.
That is sick. That is sick.
Yeah.
That's mad. That's mad.
And he's got the link alive as well, right?
Not that I've got the non-live version. I got the studio version of the link.
What about
Just stick live on top of it.
Yeah.
so Jack has his Gojira too?
What's that?
Who was that? Yours, Jack? Gojira?
Yeah, Gajira. Yeah,
Man.
100%.
Yeah, any of those would be amazing. But again, there's still the juvenile part of me would love to then, open for someone like, I'm going to mispronounce her name because I think it's funny, Ariana Granada.
Oh,
Ariana Grande.
Grenade or-
yeah.
Ariana Grande, yeah.
It'd be funny it'd be a lot of fun to then open to just people who are not expecting what we do.
Yeah,
and then
100%. 100%. It's like when everyone organised the Wall of Death during the Veronica set at one of the
Yeah.
festivals. You know?
All right, time to break out your Spotify playlists. Who is an artist or band that you're listening to right now that you think is underrated and deserves more attention? Now, we were talking about a bunch of these before, so I'm sure some of these can come up again. But what's your sort of dark horses at the moment that you're listening to that more people should be getting on now?
I'm going to steal Craig's blood incantation.
they're incredible.
They are incredible. I've only got like 122,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah, I know.
Only.
Only.
Only, I've got
Only.
nothing. Oh, absolutely. I do know I can name one because I was listening to them just a couple of days ago. It's Black Aleph. Black Aleph are fucking amazing. Again, like Middle Eastern post metal shit. You've got Iranian DAF instrument, cello with effects. Their new album sounds like June Messiah soundtrack that hasn't come out yet. It sounds like the next June. It sounds like Hans Zimmer metal shit.
Nice. That's great. Because I love who's an older one that I like. It's like an older band that I like going back to. Ra. R8 Ra.
Okay.
It's like Egyptian. They use a lot of those like Middle Eastern sort of modes for their music, and it's very like great killer stuff. Like just really, I liken it a bit to Godsmack, but like way better.
Yep.
You know, like Godsmack is like the Temu version in a way. Like
yes, yeah, sick.
But
and they took their name from Alice in Chains as well, right? So I was listening to The Dirt today. One that I was my first intuition my first thought to recommend, but again, this is not an underrated artist because they were fucking huge and can't even say the word prolific. But I just looked; they only have 2 million monthly listeners on fucking Spotify. So obviously, the people who listen to Duke Ellington don't use Spotify because they're all dead because half of his songs are almost 100 years old.
Wow.
But
to be fair,
Duke Ellington, jazz composer, pianist. I'll send you 2 tracks. There's a track I was telling the fellas about it yesterday. I've been transcribing it to 7-string guitar and bass. This track called Caravan makes for the most awesome doom sludge metal riff ever.
Nice.
He's got some heavy dark shit. We already half cover one of his pieces, Take the A Train. And again, it's you might have heard it. We made it kind of Gojira-ish we mixed in some Dave Brubeck as well. But yeah, I'm going to say Duke Ellington. That'll be my throwing out there.
Okay.
Check out the Duke.
There's a couple of like in my rotation.
Black Aleph and the Duke. There we go. That's it.
IHLO. The song Triumph.
Electric Light Orchestra?
No,
What?
it's like
not ELO.
ELO, yeah.
IHLO, I think, yeah. Progressive metal band based in the UK.
Yeah, they're fucking sick. I discovered them when I was in the UK, actually. Like they came around my around the bend there for me. Craig put me on to Tangled.
Tangled Thoughts of Leaving.
Yeah, they're fucking great too. Man,
awesome.
now they're getting massive, but if you'd asked me this 12 months ago, Orbit Culture, because they were like, and now they're breaking through. Which
I'm loving to see that. They're so fucking good. Because I came across their stuff, Red Frog and all that shit, like listening to that shit was fucking banging, and I've been listening to them for years, and seeing them finally start to get more like mainstream attention. Well,
Yep.
you know, when I say mainstream, it's like comparatively speaking. But you know,
Said it to
yeah.
you before, offline Unity TX, they're pretty underground
What's,
for Dallas.
I'm curious about Jacko's recommendations.
I reckon I've got a few. I think Peeling Flesh and Snuffed on Sight. Probably.
Far out.
They're great.
Snuffed on sight, and then I'll peel off your
Tell us
face.
about them. They're excellent names.
They
Yeah,
are
good
very,
names.
very strong metal band names. One
Yeah,
that
they're
I'll-
just
I'll
like slam bands, I guess you could say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another recommendation I'll give you guys, by the way, a band called Aransi Pazuzu. It's psychedelic black metal,
Oh,
Yeah, sick.
and
Yeah, sick.
it's fucking rad. Like, we got put under them from one of the European bands we interviewed earlier this year, and highly, highly recommend. Good
Fuck
shit.
yeah. I'm gonna throw one more out there because I was
Mhm.
gonna give this to Jack anyway, Jacko. Seeing as he loves Mr. Bungle.
Oh yeah,
A
it's my favorite band.
Stratosphere. Check out a Stratosphere. And the album's called Quadrupus. It's not an octopus, it's quadrupus.
Quadruples.
Apparently, they were friends with some of the members of Mr. Bungle and went to maybe uni with them and all that. And that whole, again, fusion of death metal and metal with, you know, Eastern European and Middle Eastern influences, but then also just dumb songs that sound like the Beach Boys. You know, like
Yes.
that Mr. Bungle aesthetic where it's just lots of trolling.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But then also high quality level musicianship at the same time as just taking the piss. So
Very nice.
When you're that good.
All right,
you'll love it. You'll love it.
What is something people may be surprised to learn about you?
Fuck. All right, Jack.
Fuck, I need to think about that one, eh?
it's such an on the spot question.
It is.
You have
That's why we
an
put it in
innie
there.
or an outie belly button.
You'll have to find out, mate.
All right. That's for you to know and me to find out.
We're going on tour soon.
Yeah.
The correct
My
answer.
How
mission-
niche are we getting? How niche are we getting?
It doesn't matter. It can be niche or broad or
Yeah.
whatever. It's just something that you think people maybe wouldn't expect. Catches. I like this
I
question.
answered this
'cause
question, so
Catches-
I'm
yeah,
all
he's
good.
got. He's got the out. He's got the out.
Really,
you see.
yeah. But if
I've
it
got-
helps to
It's all right. Don't worry.
create,
Don't
like,
worry, Russ. The next two you'll are new ones. The final two questions are new ones. So you'll be right in there with those.
Fantastic. Well, for the boys, so to make it something to go off. Last time I had said how my secret love, which isn't really too much of a secret love, but how much I love stage theater, and how much I wanted to do stage theater as a kid. So you know,
Oh, here we go. I got
you
one.
wouldn't
I
pick
got
that
one.
being a metalhead,
I
right?
thought-
Everyone's
Yeah,
perception
that's
is like you're a metalhead.
no, it makes sense. No, you're a performer. It makes sense. I always thought tap dancing is mint as fuck as a kid when I saw old footage of it with people in black and white, and I'm like, oh my god! And then isn't there an Australian group from Newcastle or something? They used to do the ad with apples or something.
Tap dogs.
They do it like they do industrial tap dancing.
Yeah.
with the yeah.
Yeah. It's
I want to open for them.
like like anything else, it's one of those things where there's such a high level of skill there that
Jack still wants to laugh at me for liking it.
You get,
It
you
is
get
tap dancing
on
mint.
Thursday.
If I could do that, that'd be one of those wishes where it's like, oh, if you had 3 wishes and you want to just waste them on selfish shit for yourself and not solve like famine or anything, you go, oh, I have skills
Well,
on violin.
that's a market.
and,
That's a
yeah,
market
tap
that's
dancing.
that's a market that's not really been tapped yet, right? We got all of these bands that are mixing different shit together. I'm
Jacko,
just trying
we're
to
gonna
think. Can
start
we get
tap
a
dancing.
can we get like a metal band that has a tap dancer involved or something as part
Fuck
of
it,
their shit?
Bro, could you imagine it? Ross, could you imagine? Tap dance solo, Elton Chong's bar. Someone
Yeah.
runs over with the microphone, just puts it at your feet, and you just fucking. You know what we'll do? We'll put bourbon. We'll put vodka on the bar, light it on fire while you tap dance. It'll
Yeah.
be sick.
That-
Yeah.
that-
Again, if you're doing like
Even
fucked up
better.
rhythms and shit, it'd be
Even
really
better.
mint.
Jacko gets off the drum kit, runs up to the bar, and then because he's the percussive, nerd,
Exactly.
he then
He's
tap
the
dance,
percussionist.
and then I get up there and I look like an idiot trying to do it.
Instead of the Joey Jordison double kick, you just go tapping as fast as you can.
We're onto something. Don't
I mean, right,
Oh, yeah,
everybody.
this idea's
what-
copyrighted. If anyone's watching this,
No,
it's
no,
fucking
no, no.
nuts.
Patent pending.
Patent
Patent
pending.
Someone's going to do it, and they'll do it better. Or they'll do it shit, and then there'll
Or
be that
hey,
example.
if there's
where
already a fucking band out there that does that, let us know in the comments.
Send us.
Yeah.
Send it.
Send it.
Yeah,
Patent
you got
pending.
any-
Ross secretly break dances every now and then. Do you know that?
Yeah, I found that out recently.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a jump scare, bro.
Did it with a broken knee too. I think
Oh,
that scared a lot of other people.
you madman, you madman.
I tried doing the worm, dolphin diving into the worm about 3 weeks ago, and that was the dumbest idea ever because then I stopped myself. Went, no, I'm not going to dolphin dive into the worm. I'll just do the worm off the ground, and then I fucked my wrist up, and then I figured out I'm too old to break dance anymore. I'm not fucking 15. That's what I was teaching you that shit, Ross. It's cool that you can still do it, man. I don't think I've got those. I don't have those light skills anymore.
I'll send you the video, Dance, and then that way you can just like pop it up, just the
I'll
half second of video.
see if we can make it. Yeah, put it in the thing. But
Does
yeah,
it all right.
Jacko,
Anyway.
anything you think people might be surprised to learn about you?
The only really one I'm thinking about is people don't expect me to be as tall as I am.
Yes.
Oh,
I guess.
how tall
Yeah.
are you?
Not like crazy tall. I'm only 6'2".
Only 6'2",
But-
he says.
You don't look 6'2" across
Yeah.
like normally.
Yeah.
You,
I've surprised a lot of people, like
fuck,
meeting them
man.
the
You
first time.
Your kit must be real spread out. Like,
It is actually. It takes up a lot of the fucking room in here.
real
I'd
fucking
imagine.
spaced
I'd
out.
imagine. Bro, please don't take offense to this, but
Mm.
I can imagine someone having a go at him behind the drum kit and it being like, remember when Bart Simpson has a go at the guy in the fucking car?
and then he gets out and
And
it's
he
like
just
fucking
stares
just
up.
towering over him.
Are
Yeah.
you making fun of my automobile?
All right. Okay. Next question, and this next two are new, so we'll get it for all of yous. If you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what album are you picking?
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
I've thought about
Disgusting
this.
question.
I've thought
Tough.
about this many a times. This is
Oh.
It's a tough
I have
one.
answers for this. I
yeah,
I
you
have
can
to
say
go
one,
something-
Craig.
This is
You
multiple
only get
choice.
one.
This has to be
It's
multiple
not-
choice. There's
I
no
know.
way.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
album. You're stranded on a desert island. You can only have one album to listen to.
That's it. Your CD collection's out there. You can only save one. One hand has got to grab what you need, and the other hand's got to swim you back in.
You're gonna hate it eventually anyway. But I'd have to go something super ambient. I'd have to pick an ambient record
Yeah.
like Brian Eno or some shit like that, where something where it's background music that you don't usually pay attention to. So then I wouldn't fucking murder myself and gouge my eyes out of my ears because I'd heard the album a million times for the rest of my life.
Fair
That's
enough.
why. That's my
Yeah,
cop out.
that's a good way to think of
That's
it.
my cop out. Because I can't pick one record that I love and then 20 years later you're like, I fucking hate this record so much right now. Fuck you.
Yeah, the worst part
Two Dudes
about
Talk
it is
Music
with us,
made me choose this one record.
the questions come up so many times. I thought, would I actually get sick of that album and probably like just end up taking it out, turning it into little razors, and then finishing myself off on the desert island right there and then.
Straight out. I think
Like, I used to love this shit.
Yeah.
Sound Awake Carnival.
Ooh.
Sound Awake Carnival has so much, like, it's just such a beautiful album, and it's so heavy, and then it's just got so many like change at the end of the, going off what Craig's saying. I need some ambience, Mac. I can just listen to Change, or I can listen to Dead Man, So Sound Awake, and I say that because that album I would go back to and just listen to and listen to and listen to. Before Spotify algorithmic told me that it was my favorite album, that was what I would listen to on repeat.
Yeah, do not tell me things I already know, Spotify.
Jacko.
You got one, Jack?
I'm fucking tossing and turning between three albums so hard, eh? But I reckon I'd probably have to go with Dream Theater's Metropolis Part 2.
Oh,
Scenes from a Memory.
fucking oath. What an
That's a
album.
fucking strong
Yeah.
choice.
That is a really strong choice.
That's a strong choice. I remember for a period of time, like about 20 years ago, I was fucking obsessed with that one. I was just like,
Hey, were you born, Jacko?
No.
Jack has an old soul.
Half a decade off, bro.
He's
He's an old
he's
soul.
younger than some of my grey fucking hairs. This cunt. But that is a strong choice. That's a fucking amazing album. All right, and last one. We'll end it a bit more wholesome now. We ended a little more wholesomely these days. So, what are you most grateful for about your involvement in music?
Go on, Craig.
No, you guys go first.
All right. I'd say the community and the friends that I've made. People like yourselves, right? Like music. It's beautiful because then people see like the friends around you see it, right? Like I think I might have said something similar in terms of another subject we spoke about, but I rock up to baseball and the first question that gets asked is like, dude, we've been seeing what you've been doing. This is awesome. So the people around you get to see the thing that you love most. And when you love something that much, when you love performing, when you love playing, and that others pick up on it, like that's a really, really beautiful moment. Because then you're sharing in that connection of what that is. And then that translates into, like show me what you love, and then they show you what they love, and then you learn and then you develop, and there's just a different connection with music. Like, yeah, ever walk into a room and there's no music going, it's fucking shit. You walk into a room where there's music going, like, it just creates such a different vibe. So performing and music, being able to then meet people like yourselves, and then meeting then people like Jacko with the differentiation that in that age, you end up just walking such a that doesn't feel it, like you got this young kid that listened to music that I grew up to, and it's like you're just connected and age doesn't matter at that point, and you're just bound by that, and that's just so fucking beautiful, man. Like I don't need to drop acid to have a good time with that. I mean, though, listening to Pink Floyd on acid is fucking hectic.
Hey, you
Can
don't need
confirm.
you don't need running shoes, to run, but it sure fucking helps.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
it's all of it.
Nice.
I like that,
Nice.
and
What
I
about the
very
other?
much so. I
Yeah.
very much agree. Like, because one thing I've noticed that even when we have a lot of the young ones on there, once you're talking about the music, it doesn't. Unless those questions come up about like what was the first album you listened to or stuff like that, then you get a really good pick on their age and stuff like that. But man, as soon as you start talking about music, the age is gone.
Mm.
Yeah. It's really it's awesome how much people can connect over the shared experiences of records and albums and music.
Mm.
I guess I'm not going to whinge about it. No, I'm worried about the erosion of social cohesion and shared living experiences through culture, because we're so fragmented now with how niche everything is.
Mm.
And but yeah, again, when Jacko goes, his first record is Ashes of the Wake. It's like, no wonder we're in a band together.
Yeah, it just when
You're
you
a
get
sick
answers
cunt.
like that,
Thanks.
the pieces of the puzzle just all come into play.
Mm.
What are you
Well,
grateful for, Craig?
what are you most grateful for, Sir Jacko Whitney?
Honestly, just having an outlet to just play music. Honestly, just playing gigs, playing shows. Having a artistic outlet and making albums. And same thing as Ross said, like making friends.
Yeah.
Main thing, like this massive community of people that I would have never known unless I, picked up drums. So yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, look, if an old man can offer you a little bit of insight, Jacko, with the exception of my like blood relatives, every person in my life traces back to music. Everything that I have now in my life traces back to music and the connections I made through that. Literally everything. So yeah, when you talk about the community and connections and stuff like that, it's real. It's real.
Yeah,
And it
sure.
literally
I'll even second that.
changes the whole fucking course of your life. I struggle to think of a single person in my life these days that I haven't met through playing music with them or playing a gig with their band or meeting them at a gig I was playing at, or through them being a friend of someone that I met through a thing, right? Like it's if there is any people in my life like that, I could probably count them on one hand and have fingers left over, that I didn't meet through that sort of thing. It's so,
And work doesn't count.
and I don't fucking put work in that category.
No.
But yeah, so it's beautiful. Yeah, so it's awesome, and the community really is something that's just like, it truly is there, and that's why we do what we do is because we want to share that love and make those connections with people. And I hope that a lot of other people feel the same way Ross does about what we do, because we just try and spread the love, man. It's big old fucking hippies. All right, well, that's it for the quick question quarter. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for Get in the Bin. And if you haven't checked out the podcast episode, go back and have a listen to that one. And if you are watching this episode right when it's come out, you still have time to get down to Nowherefest. Fucking hurry up. We're here. We're waiting for you. We've got a fucking drink ready for you. But other than that, thank you very, very much to the boys. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, downvote the shit out of it. And remember, we're the Two Dudes Who Talk Music, along with T-Rex Autopsy. We've got links to all of their shit down in the description. Take care of yourself and your mates, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really hope you had a good time. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell down there. It helps the channel grow. We are still a fairly young channel, and we like to try and grow our audience all over the world. We do also, for those of you who are interested, have a Patreon. It's just a couple of bucks a month. At the moment, you get all the videos early and ad-free, but we are working on ways to increase the value of that and make it a bit more enticing. So don't forget to keep an eye out and check back on what's going on over there. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.